How's it going, everyone? Brenden here, and finally returning for another episode of Gaming Details. In today's video, we are going to be covering some of the best details in the Sonic games. This suggestion comes from YouTube user Johnny Stillwater. Thank you so much for your suggestion. If there is a game you want us to take a look at, leave it in the comments below. Alright, now let's jump right into the video. Our first detail is an instant classic. While playing Sonic All-Stars Racing, I bet you never noticed that the announcer will break the fourth wall if you mess with him. You can't hear this in normal gameplay, but if you pause, go to settings, sound, and then voice sound, you can hear the announcer beg for his job if you turn the volume down and praise you for turning it up. Here's what happens if you turn it down from 100.
This is my only job! No! What? You're going the wrong way! Shame on you! Don't do this to me! This is my only job!
And here's what happens if you turn it up from 0.
I'm loving the sound of my own voice. Keep going! Higher! Congratulations! You've turned up the awesome! I'm loving the sound of my own voice. Keep going! Higher!
Pretty hilarious little detail that, if you never normally mess with the audio settings, you wouldn't find. Especially in a racing game, because honestly, who would even think to go to change the voice volume in a game like this? If you played the classic Sonic games from the 90s, you know there's nothing more anxiety-inducing than this noise. The noise of Sonic running out of oxygen. Everyone knows that Sonic can't swim, including Nintendo. That's why in Mario and Sonic Go to the Olympics, during every swim event, Sonic is wearing a life vest. It's hard to see because it's almost the same color as him, but if we zoom in here, we can see that he is wearing it before and while he is in the water. Up next, we're gonna head over to Team Sonic Racing. While cruising through the track during a race, you may notice a billboard that advertises a Sonic the Hedgehog air freshener. In order to understand this detail, we're gonna have to go back quite a few years to Sonic's origin. Before Sonic even had his own game, he made his first appearance in a game from 1991 called Rad Mobile as an ornament hanging from the rearview mirror. I mean, hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? Moving on to our next detail, we're gonna load up Sonic Heroes. In the game, you normally play in a third-person perspective. However, there is a way to get into first-person mode. One would do this perhaps to get a closer look at things. Not entirely sure what though. But you will notice that if you turn your character's head to look over at Rogue, she will look at you and give you a wink. I wonder why. Don't get any funny ideas, gentlemen. For our fifth detail, let's head over to Sonic Lost World. In the game, Dr. Eggman gains control over a team of alien bad guys known as the Deadly Six. With Dr. Eggman bringing the team's head count to 7, all of them represent the 7 deadly sins. When you get to know the characters, the sins that they represent start to become more clear. For example, Dr. Eggman himself represents greed as he wants to take over the world as his own. Another example would be for Zaz, the pink guy, where he represents wrath as he displays an anger and rage-driven attitude. Next up, we're going for style points with this detail. While running through the track and pulling off mid-air tricks, Sonic will sometimes strike this pose that you see on screen. For those of you who have played older Sonic games, you might recognize this pose as it was used by him on the cover of the 1998 release of Sonic Adventure. Staying on the topic of poses, up next for our 7th detail, similar to the last one, when Shadow jumps off water slides, his mid-air pose resembles the one he uses on the artwork for Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I feel like these were great ways for the developers to sort of pay homage to the previous games. As gamers, I feel like we've all taken a break from actual gameplay to stop and explore or admire the surroundings or things that happen to catch your eye. After all, if it weren't for that, we really wouldn't have any details to go over for the fact they most likely would go undiscovered. While playing Sonic Unleashed, zipping through the tracks, it may be hard to notice small details as you're flying by things so fast. However, if you stop for a moment, you may notice stuff like this menu posted outside a restaurant that has actual items listed on it with their prices. It's also cool to note that one of the menu items, Red Mountain, is also a level from some of the Sonic games. Moving on to our 9th detail, we are looking at Sonic Mania, but also to 2 other games from Sonic's past. During the animated intro scene, we see a small glimpse of Sonic tapping his foot, Tails wagging his tail, and Knuckles knuckle smashing. These are subtle callbacks to Sonic 3 and Sonic Advance 2. During Sonic 3, if you are playing as Sonic and put down your controller, he will start to tap his foot impatiently. You can see the similarities on screen here. Same thing with Tails. Wait long enough and he will start wagging his tail. As we can see in Mania, he is wagging it in the exact same motion. And while Knuckles doesn't have this idle animation in Sonic 3, he does have it in Sonic Advance 2. And now on to our final detail of the video, we'll be continuing in Sonic Mania. At the very start of the game, we can see Sonic rushing in after being dropped off from a plane flown by Tails and come to a sudden stop. You may be thinking that he stopped so abruptly because of the robot standing in front of him, but there's more to it than that. If we head back to Sonic 3, we can see that the way Sonic enters the level is the exact same, except that in this game, what causes him to stop so suddenly is that he runs into Knuckles, who we see for the very first time in the series. Well, that's all the time we have for today's episode of Gaming Details. I really hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you can be notified as soon as our latest videos come out. If you have a suggestion for a future episode of Gaming Details, leave it in the comments below. Thank you all again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.